Welcome back to class. In this lesson, we will be looking at table, how to format table, and how to perform basic things around our table, including how to use pivot table and also how to be introducing ourselves to our charts and graphs. To start with, on the screen right now, we have a table. Most times, this is not how you'll be given your table. However, how we got here is one of the things we will look at in this lesson. We have different ways of getting table or what we call data into our Excel workbook. Under our data, we have options of getting our data from either Excel workbook if somebody has done something before and is sharing the file with you so that you can work with it. We have what we call the test file or CSV file. Your CSV is what we call comma separated values. And then we have our XML, JSON, PDF folder, and then also you can import from your SharePoint. You can also make use of database to bring in your data. Whether you can also use your Azure is also a database. Then your Fabric, your online service, whether you want to get your data through web or any other source. So these are ways to get data. However, the most common way for people starting out is manually imputing their data. Manual imputing their data. If you are working in a company, most likely you might need to manually input your data, or you are working on personal project, except if the company had a template they've been using before or a file they've been using before that you want to continue with. Imagine you are working in a company and you want to write out the name of every staff of the company, their name, their departments, their phone numbers, and other informations. All these informations are not information that are readily available on the net for you, except if your company has an online database like Workday or any of these HR software that they can easily import the data of the staff. If not, you will need to manually compute this thing. Manually computing it, you can have this, have anything around. However, it needs to be well formatted so that things will not get mixed up. Imagine you having your data like this and you having it well formatted. And that's one of the reasons why we'll be looking at our our table. An example of comma separated value is Victor, comma, Kolapo, comma, Olalekan. These are values that are separated by comma. And if you are saving this, it's usually on in your notepad, which is always saved as a TXT file. However, you can import text like this to your Excel and make it into columns. We have a function that we call text to column. We have a function that we call text to column. So the text to column functions allows us to split our text into different columns. For example, I have this. I can still come under my data, come under my text to column as this, click on it, and then we have either delimited or fixed width. In this case, we are using what we call our delimiter because our comma in our CSV file is what we call delimiter. It is called delimiter. So delimiter, they are used to separate feeds. They are used to separate feeds. So I can click on my next and pick on my comma as my delimiter, and as you can see, it has separated it based on the comma, and I can click on my finish, and voila, you see, each of them is taking different cells this time around, or different column, as the case might be. So this is basically how to, if you are how to separate your text from a cell to different cells using your text to column. If you're having long rows that are having the same data type, you just need to click on the row, come to your text file, and replicate what we did earlier, and you get the same results. In our next class, we'll be looking at how to format our virgin data as this or table to something more attractive as this, so that we can get started with how we operate on our Excel